Secret guardians, starry bright, fiery ones beyond our sight, saints of yore, Buddhas too, guiding lights to me and you.
Welcome back to the Secret Guardians podcast. In our last episode, we began to hear about the extraordinary odyssey of Irish orphan Jian Byrne. Now we are going to hear from Jian herself on the subject of takers, those who, for eons on this planet, have lorded over and lived off the light of others. Stealing light. What an interesting concept. Perhaps you noticed Jian's cryptic comment regarding attacks on her and her East-West movement in Chicago.
Takers will always try to steal the light,
she said, as if this is an obvious fact of life. Stealing light is theft of another's life energy, if you will. Yes, this is a concept unfamiliar and even strange to some. In upcoming Secret Guardians videos, Jian will narrate incidents of this spiritual theft, which almost always involves assaults on physical, mental, and/or emotional levels too. Let's take a deeper look. Jian says,
takers will always try to steal the light.
To begin with, what types of people do you imagine she is referring to? Further on in The Girl Who Walked Into the Light, Jian's friend Luke goes into great detail about takers. Jian tells us he says they are
those who lie, steal, cheat, murder, control others. Evil incarnate. Labeled differently depending on your point of view. Psychology calls them psychopaths, those without conscience. In religious traditions, they're called devils, fallen angels. Writing about them, psychiatrist Scott Peck called them the people of the lie.
Dr. Peck's book was a groundbreaking work when it came out in the late 1990s, and it still stands today as a masterful study on the psychology of evil, which, by the way, Jian's father, Sean Byrne, titled his book in the Secret Guardians stories. Later, Luke elaborates on the spiritual battle of light versus darkness. Here is Jian quoting him.
Jian, I'm going to take the liberty of speaking for everyone. And I know this might sound over the top, but please just let it go if it is. Just as you and Anna pray for others, we see ourselves as spiritual warriors, of a sort who are perhaps, no, scratch that, who are definitely more focused than most on challenging takers and their lies. To say it simply, we endeavour to champion the true light within each individual, and most importantly, we call heaven into action through our spiritual work.
Then Jian's best friend Anna chimes in.
He means through prayer rituals, spoken and chanted and sung. Very powerful, Devushka.
Later in the story, Jian gives us a few clues as to who these takers are and where they can be found in society, which is pretty much anywhere, actually.
There are takers who, as wolves in sheep's clothing, wrap themselves within the folds of the religions of the world.
That's a sobering thought. There is a chapter in The Girl Who Walked Into the Light that demonstrates the evil that such a false guru can inspire in his followers. After Jian has witnessed in her Akashic travels, as well as firsthand, the damage done by such dark ones, she realizes and comments that,
yes, the realms of hell are destinations in another dimension, being the lowest levels of the astral underworld. But hell is also rampant right here on earth. And sometimes, unknowing ones take a wrong turn and are ensnared by its denizens, who may be very much in the physical. Hell resides within the narcissists the deceivers, the lightless ones, and these takers are as common as roaches, and like roaches, they feed in the dark on the children of the One. This must stop, I thought. But what could I do? I was only one person. For days my outrage burned as a white-hot fire within me. Then one day, a simple answer came to me. I needed to take the fight to the takers. I just had to find the best way.
Earlier in the story, Luke explains to Jian, Anna, and friends a key to that best way.
But we do not fight evil with violence or even anger. That only tangles us with this kind of people. We fight by sending light, God's light, into darkness. It sounds strange, but it really is that simple.
Which takes the story back to Anna's comment.
He means through prayer rituals, spoken and chanted and sung. Very powerful, Devushka.
Very powerful indeed, spiritual practice is. If we wish to discover our divine destiny, destiny we are worthy to know and fulfill. Until next time, may you walk in the light.